Bonjour, bonjour tout le monde. Ce soir, le petit pois, le suçon, les pommes de terre, la voiture de leçon de
Fermez la bouche.
dans la salle de bain.
Fermez la bouche. Fermez la bouche.
No, just because I'm speaking better French than you, you're trying to pretend that you're playing a game, but you just want me to
Dans
stop.
l'arbre, un sein.
Elle est porte la demi la froid.
Ah, mais oui.
Elle est tout leçon.
Très bien.
C'est ça.
C'est ça.
Ah,
Saucisson.
bah.
Limon.
Limon.
Limon. Ah, chaton.
Et tarte citron.
Non, chaton le thon.
Tarte citron.
Chaton le thon.
Et tarte citron sous son.
Boussoir.
Oh, c'est belle rond.
Boulot.
Et le pinceau.
Œufs de bœuf.
Fille.
Œufs de
Pomme
bœuf.
frites.
Pommes frites de bœuf.
Bouffe.
Bœuf. Chez nous.
Anyway, if you're wondering why we're speaking French this evening, it's because Maddie says that Mark's
I
looks
don't know why
like
you
a
chuckle
French
so much
dad.
whenever you say
No,
it.
because it's so clever what she said.
Oh, it's so
I love
clever.
her observations. I just love the way she sees things, Maddie. Like, there aren't many kids, and she's got it exactly right. That's why she's an actress. She's got it exact. This is what a French dad would wear.
And this is the kind of grape a French dad would eat.
That is the sort of grape the French dad would feed to the French mom.
C'est bon. Hein? Très bien. Et merci.
I really want that.
Non. Le grape de formidable.
Et tu le
Fumé.
polyreux.
Après la bouche. Après la bouche. Après. Après la bouche. Non.
No, fuck off. I'm not going to fuck about trying to get the grapes if you're not going to let me have them. No. No, I don't want them. No.
Mon amour.
No. No, mon amour. Stick it up your jumper. Stick it up your French jumper.
Mon amour.
Mon amour, non pas les fonds.
Merde.
Excellent.
Merde.
Et pommes de terre.
C'est merde.
The kids will think we're having a row. Oh my God. So
Sharona, God, question mark, does honeysuckle flower in the first year? I don't know. It's flowering this year, so I'd say not, because it hasn't done before.
Nadia looks worn out, says Kathy.
She's a dirty old slapper.
That's why they won't have me on Gogglebox, because I'm just not glamorous.
Bonjour, ça va?
Ça va très bien, et tout?
Ah, muy bien.
Et couche.
No, that's Spanish. Muy bien.
Muy bien.
Me duele los huevos.
C'est Laurent.
Bonjour, vous et vous
Sondern
couchez.
besagst du
Vous et vous couchez avec moi.
Ce soir.
Ce soir et moi. Oui.
Vicky, if you're wondering what the hell is going on, Maddie said that Mark looks like a French dad in that shirt, so we are speaking French.
Mark,
How are you
look
both,
nice and tanned, Leslie S.
Yeah, we've all got a bit of a tan today. The guys are really brown.
Try and inveigle yourself in that compliment. She's
Why-
complimenting me.
Where are your onions around your neck?
Le son,
C'est Julie Evite.
le profond, le
Et
c'est.
profondément
La
l'enterrant et c'est bon. C'est la rampe et c'est moi et sous l'eau
We'll meet again.
Je
Don't know where.
Oh, do you think this is quite boring for
Don't know
people?
where.
I think we should stop.
I feel like
Pull
we're dropped.
ourselves
Right.
together.
The reason we called this chat, what have your lowest and highest moments been? We just watched the compilation of Gogglebox, and it took us on a journey back through lockdown.
Right, who loves Gogglebox? Yes, no.
Me.
No, I just want to see yes, no's. Who loves Gogglebox? Yes or no?
Le nom regretteront du bonkers pair. Hina Singh. What are you on, Mark?
No,
How on life?
Sue's off to bed. She's had enough of us. Yes, everybody
Has
loves
Sue
it.
gone? I'm just going to
Sue's going to
snort a
bed.
grape.
She's tired. Yes, everyone loves Gogglebox. I wonder if it's the most watched programme on television. Eleanor Potter doesn't like it. Mark, stop mucking about the grapes. Do you know how much those bloody grapes were? They were so expensive.
I look like something out of A League of Gentlemen now.
Anyway, so I don't want to talk about the high and low moments of lockdown.
I do.
I don't.
I've had some great moments and some terrible moments. I've felt genuine fear, but I've also feel like I've reconnected with the girls. I feel like there've been times of contemplation. I feel like there's been sad times, there's been high times, there's been an increased gratitude for what we've got. Yeah, I'm happy talking about that. My son said you look like Johnny Depp, Emma O'Brien says. Jesus Christ, with his swollen head. Well, thanks for just pissing on the title of this chat then. I don't want to talk about it. Well, go talk about your own fucking thing then. Don't do that. Fermez la bouche.
Fermez your bouche.
Fermez la urine.
I've loved being with my family, says Pauline.
Francois Camanzuli, pissed off just seeing an old school friend on Facebook have a birthday party on it for her fiance. 65th birthday stage. She posted up the pictures tonight, really got up my go. Oh.
Not surprised.
Yeah.
How can you have a party? I mean, how can you do that?
Faith Goodman, we are NHS shielding and I'm not going to go out just because Boris and DC say we can. Too many people dying each day, it was supposed to be true. What was the updates in today's
No, actually,
I literally couldn't bring myself to watch.
Actually, I do think I'm really, really worried about telling Shielded to come out.
Yeah.
Because we're not even in number 3.
No.
And I think shielded people, as we know, are more susceptible to becoming more seriously ill. Not all of them, but some. And surely if you're going to let people out that are shielded and then they become ill, then we're overwhelming the NHS again. Very scary for shielded people. Very scary.
Sophie, hashtag Black Lives Matter, hashtag Justice for George Floyd. We couldn't be more behind
Oh my God.
that sentiment tonight. Though it's tragically sad to see the debris and carnage really that's ensuing in America. There, you know, it's interesting. Some of the news coverage we've seen has been, you know, taking the temperature of very, very understandable anger, upset, outrage. But also there have been moments where there was a particularly moving moment where I saw the chief of a particular police force in America take his uniform off, walked out to the demonstrators and said, let us walk with you and demonstrate peacefully. And it was such a moving moment.
I'm walking with you.
Walking with you, not going to stop you. And you know, you sort of wonder whether meeting anger with force is only going to inflame more anger.
Of course it is. Of course it is. And Trump's winding them all up the whole time. The dogs will put the dogs out. He knows that goes back and taps to the days of slavery. It's a shocking, shocking thing to say.
Yeah, it is.
I can't stand the man. So I just
a lot
wanted to
of
read
people
there what
concerned
Judy
about
said.
shielding, yeah.
Judy, did you say your cases were going up there?
Do you want
I
me
think
to
we
find it?
saw Judy saying that.
Yeah.
North Carolina, aren't you, Judy?
Judy.
If we literally touch the thing, it goes flying
Well,
up.
sometimes it flies up anyway.
Yeah, with the shielding, I really feel for you guys, because whoever's shielding, because of course you desperately want to go out and to be given an all clear. But an all clear that, to be honest, how are you gonna? Well, this is the other thing. This is what Mark and I were talking about. What about if they bloody know it's not nearly as bad as they said it was going to be?
Who? The government?
Government.
I've got a feeling they do, and that's why they're not publishing the science. I've got a feeling that they do know that, and that's one of the reasons why they won't.
Most of these deaths that we're seeing now, sadly, from care homes and from the elderly in hospital.
Yeah.
You know.
But I do think that the protection of our shielded ones should have continued. But that said, I did look into the. No, but I also looked into it. It's only to go out with one other member of their household that they've already. It's not like to go out and just live your life normally.
No, they can see somebody new from another
Yeah,
household.
but as long as they're still socially distanced.
I know, but.
Yeah. They're not sort of suggesting they all go out and snog
But
everyone.
listen, we've all been told to do that. Imagine if you'd been told to absolutely stay in. You're not allowed to step outside your front door. That's what they were told. And now they're just suddenly allowed to go to the park and meet a friend.
Well, no, I agree.
It's a lot.
I must admit, there seems to be no rhyme or reason to the speed of this unfurling of things. Look, poor old Ashley Gardner. Hi, Ashley.
Hi, Ashley.
Had a bad day, feeling so emotional and down all day. I can sense that it's really getting to you, matey.
Ashley, yeah. And I think we saw in your Instagram all those pictures of people in Durdledore.
I mean, are you feeling actually what I felt, which is a contradiction? On the one hand, you want it all to stop, you want it to return to normal, but on the other hand, you want to know that what we've done was for a reason. You know, on the one hand, the message has got through that we should all be scared and worried, and then on the other, it feels like we're being told there's not an awful lot to be worried about. So it is an incredibly conflicted moment where I can find myself yo-yoing between outrage at people sort of going on beaches at all to then thinking, well, it's quite reasonable if they're observing social distancing. So you keep being the voice of moderation.
Dominic Raab said today, and you know what? It was the only thing I've ever liked that he said, because it was honest.
Yeah.
He said, we can't stay in lockdown forever. And what he was telling us with that is we're not going to get to a stage where there's no risk.
No. And I think, yeah,
that's what this is about.
I mean, in a sense, okay, I'm not going to use the flu analogy because it's different to the flu, but I suppose what we're going to have to do is get used to... We don't close everything down because of a fear of cancer, do we? We don't close everything down because of a fear of flu. 1 in 3
people get cancer, for God's sake. There's much more than this, much more.
But it's an important parallel to say that sentence. We don't close everything down because of asthma. We don't close everything down because of the flu. So I suppose this is just one other disease that's out there. Oh yeah, this is something that we were saying quite a while back. If you go to gov.uk,
yeah,
type
I've seen that.
Yeah, but that was like that. What's written there was like that right at the beginning, wasn't it? What was I going to say? What was I saying? You weren't listening.
I was listening.
No, that's fine. You never do. Yeah, no. So this is just yet another extra illness, unfortunately, that we just have to live our life. We're going to have to just live our lives.
And I think that's what day by day they're edging that to us. They're edging that. I mean, Dominic Raab said that today. On Sophie Ridge.
Oh look,
I
Josh.
thought, right, that's where we're heading now.
Sorry, just
From
quickly,
Holly.
Josh. Holly's just updated us on Josh, who's here. Josh has joined a group for LGBT people and is so happy for everyone's support the other day when you put the numbers up, Mark. Well done, Josh.
Well done, Josh. And well done, everyone, for helping with
Brilliant
that.
news. And what a lovely community you all were supporting Xander. Everyone was reaching out to him.
Nicola Straw, truth would be nice. Lost trust in our government. I'm afraid a lot of people have, haven't they?
Yeah.
Luke Green, my nan has been in lockdown for 13 weeks now. She hasn't been out and she had to be tested for COVID. And she has it.
Oh.
So me and my mum have to stay in our own rooms and away from her.
God, so this is still
so
going on.
So you live with your nan and she has it. Did she not have any symptoms? Is she asymptomatic?
Yeah,
Please tell us that, Luke. I'll be fascinated. So you've got to stay in your rooms. Oh, God.
Welcome,
that's so
Anroll79 as a family member.
Welcome, Anroll79. Oh, Luke, that sounds terribly challenging. My God.
After the chaos of Durdledore yesterday and today, just waiting for the same.
Claire
Now,
Ross
here's the
Reid,
thing, Claire Ross Reid. Do you think that because a lot of people are flocking to coastal resorts, that a lot of people in London aren't necessarily heading out of London, though they will be seeking sort of, I don't know, going to sort of like the Thames or to parks? Do you think that a lot more cases are going to be exported to all of the beauty spot counties and places like that? So if we see a second peak, we're going to see a second peak in the places that people have visited, presumably.
Well,
places like Dorset.
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
So we
They're
could
saying
have
the
an
numbers
outer
are really-
ring of the UK.
They're saying the numbers are really up in Dorset now.
Yeah.
But Dominic Raab was saying today, because she said, what will happen if the numbers go up? And he said, well, now we have the test and tracing, we will be shutting down areas. So we're not going to go back to a full lockdown. It'll be wherever there are spikes, which is really sensible, because you can't just keep locking down the whole country. I mean, when they locked down the whole country before, I mean, Bristol hardly had anything on there.
No. Well, no, Izzy was saying that they
unfair.
felt almost untouched.
Yeah.
Southend, the R is higher and it's worrying. Nadia, your friend Kaz, said how busy Brighton Beach has been.
Really?
Have you seen the protests in America and the video of Shakima, Alfred and Yonkers? There are two viruses, the coronavirus and racism.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
Where have you gone?
I've been so upset by what I've been seeing, because Maddie, you know the way kids do, they get all these clips, and we've been really upset. We all kneeled at 1 o'clock. We did the kneel for George thing, because,
Yeah, it's...
very depressing.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people obviously looting and wrecking these businesses and everything is not to be encouraged or promoted, but I do think one has to step back from holding that up as the first line of criticism in this, because it is a collective and cultural response from a disenfranchised section of society. There's huge marches happening in London. I mean, we had one summer
Massive.
here.
Did you see the march?
Yeah.
I mean, no social distancing.
No social
Because
distancing.
Maddie wanted to go on a march, and I said, well, I'm not really comfortable with that because it will be impossible to social distance. There was an Extinction Rebellion one where they all stood 2 meters apart, really like still. But when young people get fired up, no.
I mean, one of the other things I would also say is that when you look back at the civil rights movement, when you look back at apartheid, when you look back at oppressed cultures or sections of society that have managed to come out of so-called oppression, unfortunately, one component of that, obviously we've been taught the girls this in their home schooling, the Malcolm X versus the Martin Luther King, one component of that is violent demonstration. Now, I'm loath to ever suggest that is the right method to take. I think one should always take the peaceful route. But I think we have to be grown up enough to say that we have to try and understand where the anger and the violence comes from, because it's not coming from nowhere.
You can't put a plaster over
It's coming
it.
from a perceived and very real violence towards an entire section of society.
Lisa Murray, my gran found out her brother was dying 12 hours before he died. He was in a care home. I'm still so angry. That's so awful. And the awful thing is there's so many people that have gone through something similar to that and not known and not been able to be near their loved ones. Michelle Chandler, it's manic down here in Devon. So many more people out. It's scary. Gabrielle, social distancing has gone out of the window. People are doing what they want. Now, they had
You're a great moderator on this, because I for the first time today got the first fear. I subscribed to your friend Lee's analysis, which is the second spike will never be as big as the first, because the first spike came without us having any awareness, and so we were still going to nightclubs, and nightclubs really are the worst super spreading environments. But for the first time in the last couple of days, I've just had that itch and scratch of a thought that no, it won't be as big as that, but it could be big again in a different way if people really aren't being careful, loud talkers like yourself.
Yeah, well, I listened to...
Tell us how scared of Denise Welch you are.
I am very scared of Denise. We're scared of each other because we've got acid rain. So, yeah,
Sorry, I'm so
I listened to quite a few scientists today on the...
So you listen to them?
Andrew Marr and then Sophie Reed.
You listen
And, yeah, I do...
I'm going to do the Andrew Marr turn.
They both said they felt nervous and that the government was moving too fast and that the government are using scientists when they want, but actually they're making their policies as to whatever they want their policies to be. And he said, we have to be very, very careful because the virus is still out there. And so he was being very, very mindful, this guy. And then he said, and what about all the numbers that we've seen outside? And he said, the instances of getting outside are tiny. As long as you sit 2 meters distance and you don't sing or talk too loudly.
Well, that's you out the window.
And actually, when you do see these aerial views, there are a lot of people that are separated. They're in their groups, but then they're separated. And as Dominic Raab says, at some point, we've got to get out there. It's not going to go away.
Yeah.
It's going to be here for a long time. So we've just got to find a way to live with it.
Say happy birthday to my granddaughter Sarah, says Mary O'Dear.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sarah, Mary O'Dear's granddaughter. Happy birthday to you.
Miss One Trisha, my lowest was having to stand outside the chapel for one of my best friend's funerals. And my highs, thank you for answering the question, Miss One Trisha, unlike this madam. And my highs are counting my blessings from the day-to-day sparks of joy, especially enjoying my garden. Yeah. I think.
And the time of peace, I'm quite enjoying not having to go where I don't really want to go anywhere. I'm quite enjoying that.
What do you mean go anywhere? You mean in terms of meetings
and
yeah, I'm dreading all of that sort of return to normal.
I don't really want to do any of that.
I feel sorry for the reporters in America being arrested. I know. I mean, being arrested live
on
camera.
Oh, look, Green. No, Nad, she had no symptoms. She's 76. suffers with asthma and COPD, but she's had no symptoms.
So does that not mean she'll be okay?
But she's not been out. She's been in for 13 weeks, and he
Well, how's
and
that
his
work?
mum do not have it, which means she's had it for all that time and been asymptomatic.
So she must have got it ages ago.
Yeah, that's what I mean. If you haven't been out, if they haven't got it, how has she got it? She must have had it before, and she's asymptomatic.
Bridget Smith, Shropshire Hills rammed this weekend, no social distancing at all. Have you both had a fab day? Have you had a fab day? What sort of day have you had?
Yeah, I've had a really nice day.
Yeah.
Did the No Name Sunday show,
Yeah,
and
we did. We
then
enjoyed
I
that.
spent the afternoon in the garden with the girls,
Yeah, I did gardening.
and then we watched Gogglebox.
We watched Gogglebox. I read the papers.
That was very nice. How about you? I hope you all had a nice day.
I had 10 minutes kip on a deck chair, which you'll see if you go over to my Instagram. That was nice. Yeah, it's been nice. But yeah, I do feel like we're sort of entering, I mean, it's interesting just to sense that a lot of you feel that we're rushing too fast. And if I'm really honest, I went into this weekend beginning to sense that we are going at a gallop when I worry that we need to go more cautiously. I do accept, actually, what a few people have said, that I do think we have to just learn to live with this somehow. And whether that means, the biggest surprise news to me is allowing shielded people to go out suddenly. There seem to be so many sudden, I mean, I wonder whether they're not releasing the facts that it does struggle in UV in the sun, and the fact that we're having all this sunny weather is really kicking it out.
Well, yeah, but
Do you
I
know what
mean,
I mean?
none of these things have been confirmed, UV, have they? I mean, it's all rumour and conjecture. We haven't been given the facts. I mean, you know me, I follow Prof. Sikora. Let's see what he says today. And the Oxford University, and I'm going with what they're saying just because I think
That's
just 'cause
annoying.
I like the sound of it.
Chloe Orwin, my cousin hugged my nan the other day, and I just found out I'm fuming because as much as I want to hug my nan and as much as I miss her, I wouldn't be careless. That would annoy me. And I think lots of families have been struck with that sort of internal contrast, haven't they?
Oh, look,
where someone in the family hugs someone who everyone else in the family has been bending over backwards to protect.
Not to hug. Oh,
And
it's
also,
so
can I say
annoying.
something else that does creep in as well, which I have to say I'm noticing in the press? People who were extremely vociferous about and fastidious about rules and everything else, suddenly because they decide that it's all right, I notice that their own sort of physical activities become incredibly easy. It's like, oh, hang on a minute, I'm not comfortable. Do you know what I mean? It's like you sort of see people, what have you just done? Mads? What the fuck? And you're not a bloody super spreader. You've just fired grape at my French top. She's just dribbled all over me.
I love this top.
Do you get that? Do you understand what I mean, though? Do you get that sense that there are some people? And I was speaking to someone today, a friend of mine, and he was saying, "Oh my God, it's like I've got a brother who 1 minute is like, you can't do this, you mustn't do that, mustn't do this, mustn't do that," and then suddenly because they've decided it's all right, they'll touch everything. Really pisses me off.
Who is that?
I'm going to say. My high of lockdown, just booked my first holiday with my partner for next June.
I'm going to have to get some shout.
Oh, look what she's done.
That grape was so juicy.
Yes, you know those people, Nicola, don't you? Munch again after hours. Susie Pierce. Will that stain come out of Mark's shirt? Lockdown is over. Let's not pretend to kid ourselves. You're right, MeTube.
Okay, guys.
It is essentially
But
over.
do you know what it isn't?
You're coming down the hill fast.
But it isn't. No pubs, no restaurants, no football, no clubs, no theatres, no cinemas, no venues. Come on, it isn't. Now, if they were saying all of those were open, if they were having pubs open, I'd be really worried. But they're not. We're allowed to just go outside and see the ones that we love, and we begged and begged for that, and now we've got what we wanted.
I don't think nightclubs will ever be the way they used to be. Unless we just all say, here we go, in for a penny, in for a pound, throw all caution to the wind. It's not coming out, is it? That's interesting.
No, it is.
Yeah. This is classic comedy night tonight. Yes, it is, isn't it? Get some fairy liquid on it, says Nikki O'Keefe. Emma Staple, you've got us to talk to, my darling.
Celebrity Gogglebox is already filming at the moment. Your name is in the mix, they said, for next filming. I've told him you'd be great.
Oh, Lee.
Well done, Lee.
Lee.
Kelly's an idiot for not already casting us.
No, they haven't found, sadly,
No.
Maddie's friend. And I mean, we're just beggars' belief. Julie White, sorry. Next door had a barbecue. So how do you feel, Nads, about people having barbecues and then it ending up like a party until the early hours? Do you think that's disrespectful to the spirit of lockdown?
I do.
Or do you think
I mean, I can't wait to have, friend one at a time or two at a time or over to the garden. But I will not be throwing a wild party or getting blind drunk, screaming, shouting, flinging myself around, because I think it's frightening for people. And it's not, and it's just, I just don't want to take that sort of risk. I mean, I am totally sticking with social distancing until I feel, even if they said, oh, well, you don't have to worry now about the 2 meters, I'm going to continue with the 2 meters.
But do you not think it's going to loosen up more by those people I was just talking about you're going to meet? Because you know a lot of people, you're far more sort of socially active than me. And a lot of people, I'm sure I can imagine numerous certain ones of them, saying things like, oh, come on, don't be so silly, let's just do this, that and the other. And in a sense, peer pressure will creep in for everyone.
Peer pressure will. But I will
Don't
always
be such a hypochondriac, don't be such a worrier.
No, but I'll just say, listen, I'm a nutcase, I'm a worrier, and they'll go, and I have to be overcautious. As long as you knock yourself when you say it, it's all right, isn't it?
Yeah.
As long as you're not making other people think that you think they should be doing exactly what you're doing, I think it's all right.
Alice McMichael, a wonderfully observant description of the British. The English just care about getting pissed or sunburn. I'd like to be able to differ with that, but I hate to say it, the more I see of the English, the more I realise that's true. They are two of our... yeah, I know, and they're two of our biggest fucking priorities. How sad is that? Makes me so cross. Yes, Superction. It is worth downloading Instagram. It's fun. I love it.
Who is that? Somebody said they've got a 3-year-old baker. I have a
Yeah.
3-year-old baker here named Mackenzie. Hello, Mackenzie.
What's a
What's
baker?
the best thing on your channel for us to bake together tomorrow?
Oh, a 3-year-old baker, literally. What are you...
Well, I'm doing a cookery lesson at 4 tomorrow.
Hey.
Peanut butter cookies.
Didn't we do those?
Not peanut butter.
We did peanut butter somethings.
No,
Yeah, we did.
not cookies.
We did peanut butter fairy
Muffins,
cakes.
yeah.
Muffins or something.
Well, we'll be doing something tomorrow.
You and your peanut butter. I hate peanut
I
butter.
might not have enough peanut butter, actually. So join us tomorrow at 4, Mackenzie.
But there you go, guys. So yeah, it's been a funny
Yeah.
weekend. I do think, I hate to say it, whatever we think is going to happen, however we all think it isn't lockdown isn't over, I feel that this weekend, last Clap for Carers last Thursday, last Gogglebox, this weekend is a watershed moment. I think we're going to hear from the government this week, and they're going to loosen things up faster and more furiously than we could have ever anticipated.
Tracy Lindsay, thank you for this. My friend in Rhode Island said there was a quiet protest there, said it was so powerful, police kneeled with them.
Wow.
Oh my God, that's so beautiful.
Wow.
I want to tell Maddie that.
Yeah, and that was what was so
Janine
positive about seeing the
Kyle,
police.
I love acting and I love presenting both.
Okay, guys, well, look, it's Betty Boo times. It's 11:10, it's Sunday night.
Yeah,
Why aren't you all in
tired.
bed? There's going to be a vlog tomorrow. I've got Green-Fingered Hell locked and loaded. We've got Nanny Di coming at the end of next week, so she'll be in Green-Fingered Hell. I suppose we could also do her in a vlog as well. So, yeah, sleep tight. Nads is cooking tomorrow.
So 11 o'clock,
Yeah.
live.
Oh, and
4
last
o'clock
2
live.
episodes of Normal People tomorrow night. Remember that. And we'll be live reviewing.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. Lots of love. Bye.